Alright. Let's see if we can't do the thing. We're not off to a good start. There it goes. Ta-da! Okay. We will, I guess, pick up immediately where we left off. I have more trouble finding background music than I do anything else. We'll see how today's goes. Now, where were we? What were we doing? What were the goals? What were the objectives? Apparently we're building some shelves. We have a plastic thing, a paint thing. These are assemblies. We got some woodworking down here, and that's right, we got a metal shop over here. We only have one bender. Don't have any challenges. I guess we're just accruing money. We could probably get some good money off these tables. But what do the... Ooh, that's a lot of metal. Like that. Melting's easy and quick. Woodworking, we can do that easy peasy. Okay, this will be an easy do. Some expensive wood on it. Assembly, oh man, that is... Ooh. We need more assembly tables. That's gonna get bottlenecked. Assembly always bottlenecks. I don't, unless I expand more down here. No, I should make assembly over here. That would make more sense. Over into the delivery bay, which means my plastics, they need a different home. Which is doable. We could put plastics over here. Yeah. And when they unload the truck, they could go straight over there. Drop another door in the break room. Maybe make another break room. Yeah, yeah. Think we could. Think we could. What I need to start streaming is like old 64 games. And wow, that stream delay is incredible. I'm watching it over here and it's like still in the blueprint stage. Surely that's not accurate. Oh, it's not. It fell. Okay. There we go. Don't know how that happened. Man, they're taking a long time with those shelves. Getting hung up at the bender. I guess we need another bender or two if we're gonna make things like that. We have two benders. We'll see, why not? I don't see why not. Yeah. Of course, we're going to have 2 benders. We have to have 2 of these, or 1 of those, whatever. Oh, it's finally done. That's right, you guys don't know to fix these before they blow up. Dummies. But on that note, can I... Can't specialize. I gotta unlock. There's some money. Oh yeah, we're building the tables way faster than we built those shelves. Well, I'll say that, and then we got stuck. At assembly, just like I said. Ooh. You're gonna need... Oh no, we can make a wood one. Alright. I did not buy jigsaws yet. Alright, I think we're gonna do a little construction. Let's... Well, let's just make a big thing. And then use what we need. I, of course, put a door there. Alright, that was a big chunk of change. No space available. I see lots of space. Do we need a temporary loading zone? Apparently. Oh, I made it just a little bit longer. Oops. Okay. How do we want to do this? We're going to make a little bit of a break room. I really not get that up against the wall. Well, it's just goofy looking. Ooh, man, I am out of money. I'm gonna sell some tables. That should give me a nice chunk of change. Let's see. This should be easy to make. I can't order it because I don't have any money. Now I have money. Okay. That table needs fixed. Table needs fixed. Need a sewing station. Probably another plastic thing or two. Who doesn't love some plastic? Easy money. That's right, these stupid things were. They just take up so much space. I need some jigsaw. Are they not gonna... Oh, he's repairing it. There you go. They haven't repaired that one. It says repair planned. They're just not doing it. Weird little doozers. I get another. Well, maybe we get a couple orders out. Let me do this. May not be moved while being repaired. That's fair. Except nobody's repairing it. Nimble specialist. I want the technician specialist guy. What it is. We'll figure it out. Alright, let's move some stuff. Get rid of that. I want to do this. Why? I thought it would automatically do that. Silly me. Silly me. Think. Well, I'll wait till these guys are done. They are done. I'd say I want a zone right there. When they're unloading all the materials, they just whoop. And I gotta have something for my assembly dudes. And that is no dead general. That there. That there. I think we will put a big export zone right here. Export. Very good. Now, here's the trick. Oh, no. Rotate. No, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it this. I think that'll give me enough room on both sides. Yes. And then we will order 2 more. Why are you this way, game? Line up. Then we need more. Maybe. Maybe. Why can't I put that in the corner? Alright, how are we looking health-wise? That's fine. Just assembly. Oop, we need to add those guys. That is specifically for assembly. Okay. Why didn't you? How come every time you can only? Oh wow, that's dumb. Can't have multiple zones for the same billboard. Alright. That is quite silly, but if and you must. See what we'll do in that case then. Can we not move this? We can. Picky little doozers. That there. So the thing is, I'm just kind of bleeding money this whole time. You're messing up with my. There we go. That right back there. Or actually, hold up. The whole reason I was moving that there's a method to the madness. I don't think it's gonna work. I wish you would not do that, game. Yes, now slide. Oh. Free! You won't let me slide it over one. You automatically slide. So bad. Alright, well, if that's how you're gonna make me do it. So be it. Let's make something. Let's try the tables again. I don't think I have to redo that. Now, theoretically, they won't get boogered up in assembly this time. Or they won't run out of space like they did. Then really, I need to put a door right there. Man, you gotta love how this thing won't let you rotate the way you want. Door. Ooh-ah. Now we don't have to go through the break room. Uh-oh. So far, so good. Uh-oh. Phone ring. Meow. He's getting worried. Shaking in his boots. Yeah, see, they're walking through that zone. They won't go around. I could make a little pocket over there. Might be what I do. Gotta get some more money. Also wanted to buy some... Not jigsaws, bandsaws. That's what I've been meaning to say. Bandsaws. But they are using that space, so that's the good thing. That part worked. I think we'll just make a little pocket right here, and that's where we'll put our stuff. That'll actually allow us a 5th assembly table. If we want, or we could just move that one. Oh, we leveled up. Ooh. Yeah, let's just make a pocket. Except I realized the error of my ways here. That wall is in the wrong spot. Dead. And then it won't let me do that. Oh, game. Darn you, game. And they sent one guy to do that whole room. They want the wall on the other side. Why won't you let me build it? Ah. Love and hate the game. down here. You'll let me do that. Weird reason. Oh, Nelly. I say I should just be able to, but it won't let me. Why? It'll let me do this. Which leaves us with this weird. Actually, I'm just curious to see what'll happen if I do that. How little corner am I gonna get there? Okay. If you insist. Alright, what's wrong with this shelf? Is not properly within the confines of its own. I mean, here it is. Oh, you know what? We should make another one. Ta-da! Get fancy up in here. Okay, let's make some. Those tables are good money makers, but they went down. Huh. Can't do that. I need wood and metal. My plastics are off limit for the moment. Ooh, that's not good. Plastic paint and sewing, that's all got pushed out to the side. And I need more money before I get it all set up again. Put a couple bandsaws right there. Or maybe right there. Moose, are you happen to be in the stream? I got a question. Oh, that's... Wait a minute, why are y'all putting them over there? Dorks. Huh. Yeah, why are they going all the way over there? Weird. Dun, dun, dun. Knocking those out pretty easy. As soon as I put my plastics and sewing off limits, that's all we get orders for. Do some more of these. See if that works with our new arrangement. That was something that was giving us trouble. And those weren't worth beans. I couldn't even sell all of them. Oh, there's some extras. How about that? Oh, I need a good bit of money to do that. Gotta buy shelves. A couple more stations. billboard. Decorations. So they won't be sad. But that's working. So far. I need to learn to do batch stuff. We could try the shells again. Did I? I did. Last time we tried shells, we got super hung up on the bender. But we have 2 benders now. Let's see. Oh, except apparently we're not bending those anymore. Or are we? Yeah, there we go, there we go. Oh, those are expensive. Okay, to the benders. Assembly. Oh, there was another assembly step I missed. Table saw cuts. That's. Oh. That. See how well we pull that off. So what can we got a lot of fonts. Okay, take that. Metal specialists, plastic specialists, assembly specialist. Where is hauler specialist? This one? The drivers? No? No? Oh, blew a work table up. Unlock technicians and research and development. Oh, is that? Maybe that's on that other tab I don't have access to yet. Yeah, I should probably fix that. Just a hunch. Well, elves are still kind of slow. But the granny phones went smoother. Our little assembly area is working. That's good. That's good. Heck yeah, they went super smooth. You guys haven't even used... Oh, maybe a little bit. There you go. Toot toot. Dead cat. Just wood sitting on the tables all down there. You know what? They could have a generic shelf, quick drop off right there, maybe. Maybe. Challenges. I can handle this one. Well, I guess we can start getting this guy figured out. Golly, it's already $6,000. 7,000. Woo! Wait a minute, I thought that was... Oh, dropped the third one. I see where I went wrong. Okay, that's fine. Need a shelf. Got to have shelves. We'll start with that. See how it goes. Ryan says, "Wah, wah, 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 wah." I agree. We're making another department over here. Plastics and sewing. And painting, apparently. Would you like to paint minis for a living? Is it the best department? Well, no, but plastics does make a lot of money in this game. At least early on. You can make plastic things for super cheap. Personally, I like the wood department. Metal's cool and all, but like having worked in the metal myself in real life, I'm fine without it. All that smell and metal dust and everything getting all up in you. Yeah. I guess you could get wood dust in you, but at least it's a different flavor for a change. Usually a lot of smoke in metalworking. Sparks flying everywhere. Alright, we need a couple billboards. Oh, there. Actually, I may need a third one. I need a third one. Ah. Okay. You handle those. You handle those. You handle those. How's the room looking? It's nice and green. Just the way we like it. Cool. So we can do that now. Problem is, they got a trek all the way over there. That's what we have haulers for, I guess. Fine. They get a little fresh air when they do it. We'll see if we can do this guy's challenge. Straight cuts, we can do that easy. You. Okay. Yes, we'll do sewing. I don't need, but it would make it easier. Some bandsaws. I think we're gonna meet the requirements here. Oh, there we go. Very funny looking chair. Straight cuts we can do. Those are easy. We have table saws. Sewing. Over here now. Assembly. Yeah, do that over there. So, material's gonna come in and go here. Some of it has to go over here, and then it has to go all the way back over here. I tried making a shop one of the times I played this game. Just a real long hallway, basically. And you just had rows of rooms and rooms and rooms and rooms, and assembly was at the very end. So didn't work as good as I hoped, but it wasn't bad. I think that one just needed some zoning work. Look at that, we're breezing through it. We're all up in the green. And got people standing around doing nothing. That is how efficient we are. That said, let's squeeze out some easy plastics. Oh, I know. Ooh, I don't want to do this. That's that, and then uh-oh. Close to bankruptcy. Oh no. Gotta deliver something. Oops. There we go. That should help some flow. Well dang, how'd we run out of money? Bought too much stuff. That should give us some dough. Much though. Make some hats. Nope, table's about to blow up. Could use another hauler, let's see. Get some rollerblades for my hauler so I can just zip around the shop. Zip, zip, zip. There's some money in the bank. Bongo, everything's like going down. There we go. Who doesn't like a good back scratcher? Uh-oh. YouTube says heads up, we have detected copyright audio in your stream. Oh no. Well, demonetized. We're gonna have to find something else. You know, depend on that income I'm not getting. I was wondering if that would work or not. No ads. I can't even run ads yet. I can't ever find a solid answer about music. Like, you see these channels, big channels, like XP to level 3, for example. I think I just watched a video by him. And he's got Nintendo music in the background. And it's like, how do you guys get to use that? And whenever I go Googling, looking it up, the only answers I get are in reference to, like, if you're playing a video game and streaming it, no, you won't get demonetized or in trouble for video game music because you're playing the darn game. I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense, but... You know, people just sitting in front of their webcam chilling and they haven't. So, of course, even if I did find something in writing that said, yeah, you can use Nintendo music just fine, I probably still wouldn't do it because Nintendo, they like to change their mind. And that would be really awful if I ever amounted to anything and like the videos were making tiny bits of money and you had a whole bunch of them with that, and then Nintendo was like, nope, we're not allowing it anymore, and YouTube just, you know, takes all your money from all your videos. No. Don't do it, Google, don't do it. Make some bar stool. Straight cuts are good. I don't I got metal bender. We can do this. What other more metal? Sewing. We can do that. Okay, we can do this. Give me that. Give me that. To table saw. To the metal vendors. To the forge. And that also makes me wonder. Stay away as crappy music as possible. Yeah. Yeah, every little clip of music I've done, I think in my videos, I don't count the streams, but regular videos, yeah, I have to Google YouTube or search YouTube, like copyright, no royalties, whatever. Rock track. There's actually some pretty good ones. What I was gonna say, it's like, how do people, like this track, the music I have now, it's video game music, but it's remixes that other people have made. Like, surely those guys can't claim any copyright because it's not even their music. I mean, yeah, the air quote made it, but like, it's somebody else's song originally, so I don't know, it's so weird. And YouTube recently, I feel like it was recent, they dropped some new tool for you to find music and use, but it was so sketchy. Like, people could just, I could put a song out there and say, hey, this is free for you to use, and then you use it. Like, PewDiePie could go use it, you know, get 10 million views, and then I could change my mind and say, okay, this isn't free anymore, and then I am owed from those 10 million views he got on that one video with it. So the way I was seeing it, it's like, okay, if that's how that works, you just opened up whole new jobs for people that are going to do nothing but scan videos to find that got super popular and had those tracks in it and try and get some money out of it. Like, that's all they're going to do. Oops, don't move it. Repair it. But I have noticed, so like, when I'm playing this kind of music, and then the live stream gets loaded up as a video into YouTube, it'll say something like, copyright found, but is okay to use on YouTube, or something like that. It acknowledges it found some music and recognized it, but it's like, nope, you're free to use this. Whereas, like my older videos that used to have the little intro music to them, that was a copyright free song thing somebody had posted, and those never flagged anything. It just came back, you're good to go. Or that may be because it's only like 2 seconds. But my outros have the music too. And those are 10 seconds or more. Don't know. Alright, we're not making money fast enough. Oh, tables. Oof. You want 15 of them. My good man. There's some things in life you just can't have. We go. 13 tables. I need a door. Where my lasers are, right here. Good. I think I will. I don't think I ever use these things. That hits a little too close to home, man. Buying tools and not using them. I play games to escape my reality. Yeah. Oh, shoot. I messed up. I forgot to make that a priority. Oh, we'll see if we can catch up. We might. We got some metal bending to do, and that's usually a hang-up. Dang, I sat on that for like a whole day. Speaking of buying tools and never using them, I finally broke down and bought me some dust collection yesterday for my shop. We'll see if it gets here in one piece. It's basically just an expensive plastic bucket. Okay, so I didn't get the big fancy like metal thing you put in the corner because my shop's, I can't justify that. It's not big enough for that. Yeah, the Cyclone. It's Dust Right was the one I got. That's all it is. It's just a 10-gallon plastic bucket with a fancy lid. Ridiculously overpriced. But I got to looking at the people were like, oh yeah, you can make one out of a 5-gallon bucket. Just buy this, and this, and this. I was like, well, if I'm going to buy all that, I might as well buy the $100 bucket. I hope it works. When I'm out there in my shed, I have on a full respirator on. So like, but dust is just going everywhere. And then everything in turn is covered in dust, and it's just time to do something about it. One woodworker I watched, he said buying dust collection is about as fun as going to the dentist. I was like, that's pretty accurate. $100 of materials for a $100 bowl. Yep. I just hope it works. You know, I don't mind paying money for something that works, but I'm worried, like, since it's just plastic, it's gonna break. Like, I saw some people were saying, oh yeah, you know, I hooked up this, you know, supercharged shop vac and the compression just broke it. It sucked it so hard, it collapsed on itself. And I was like, well, I don't have a turbocharger on my shop vac, so I don't think I have to worry about that. But it would be nice if it was metal or something, or at least like a heavy duty. It just doesn't look like it's very sturdy plastic, and I can just see myself grabbing a 2x4 or something, turning around and bonk, hitting it, and now it's toast. I actually did that to a motorcycle I had. It was a KLR 650, and around the gas tank, it had some plastic. What do you call those? Bearings or whatever on the front. Yep, I just had a little piece of wood and I just rotated and bonk, hit it with the corner, and it just cracked that stuff. Like, gee. We're still not making money. I mean, we're making money, but not very much of it. That would have been a good one. Now we gotta make this. Oh, I got what? What's going on here? What's going on? Make that a priority. I feel like that's the only problem if you have a small tube system with all the ports closed. Yeah. I mean, it's just going from the shop back to the cyclone to whatever tool I'm using, so. And I was so confused because I was looking at all the different dust collectors, cyclone knockoffs and all those buckets. And they were all saying, oh, it just fits a standard 2 1/4 inch hose shop vac. And I'm like, my hose is not that big. It's like, I know I'm bad at eyeballing measurements, but there's no way that hose is 2 1/4. I went out to my shop, measured it. It's like, yeah, that's like 1 1/4 inch, man. I was like, what are they talking about this thing? And then I went to the shop vac website and they're like, it's 2 1/4, 2 1/4. I was like, y'all are lying to me. And went back out to my shed again for like the 3rd or 4th time. I realized if you pull that hose out, it has like a piece molded to the end of it that comes out with it. Just boop, and that gives you a nice big 2 1/4 opening. It's like, oh, why do you have this giant opening and then give me a tiny hose? Two and a quarter. What did I say? 2 1/2? 2 1/4? 2 1/2? 2 1/4. And what sucks is that I don't think it's going to be here till like June 9th. Which is getting to be really aggravating. Like, because it's coming from Amazon. Amazon Prime, you're supposed to get that 2-day shipping. And I was fine with things not getting here in 2 days during COVID. Because, people were sick and dying and you didn't want to get out and everything was slowing down. But that's just like the new norm for Amazon. That's just like that whole 2-day shipping part of Amazon Prime does not exist anymore. They're just like, yeah, people are used to it now. So we'll get it there when we get it there. I got some of these in the shed too. Oh, I can click it. Ah! I didn't know you could do that. Well, what else can I click? Roll some dice. Can't click the calculator. I can click the chocolate. Oh, I ate the chocolate. Paint. Oh, got distracted. I just got some stuff with 1-day shipping, so you must have failed the Amazon location stock lottery. Yeah, we're not exactly in the city or anything, so. Yeah, no, my brother, where he used to live, he could order something and get it the same day a lot of times. Doot, doot. I want more money. How are these looking? Oh. Let's try. My things were small tech items. I would be blaming that I have trouble getting a shop back. Yeah. Yeah, the small things like that. I've gotten usually like cables and stuff. There's a handful of times little electronics like that I will get next day because there is an electronics warehouse not too far up the road. And I imagine a 10-gallon bucket comes in a large box and takes up a lot of room on the UPS truck, which reminds me of a terrible story. So, speaking of that KLR I used to have, I tried to buy a little not a saddlebag, the little trunk that goes on the back of it. Tried to buy a trunk, and they're like, oh yes, this plate will fit your setup, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I got it. Well, it didn't. Nothing lined up, so I had to send it back. And they're like, okay, well, we'll take care of it, blah, 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 blah. And UPS, so I got on UPS, got my send back thing or whatever. And they told me it was, I forget the price. I was like, oh yeah, it'll be $10 and we'll pick it up off your front door. It's like, okay. So they did. And then like a week later, I got charged for $50 on top of the $10 or whatever. And I called them up. I was like, what the heck, man? Like, I might as well kept it at that point. And UPS was like, well, because I had to tell them how much it weighed. And because it was an empty trunk, it didn't weigh anything. They said, well, we don't just charge by the weight. If it's over a certain size, we charge by how much space it takes up in the truck. And I said, well, you're a dirty liar, because that's not what your website says. Well, that's what we're going to do. Blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, that's fine. And called the bank, my bank, and I didn't even have to call them. I just disputed the transaction, said I did not authorize this, told them the exact same thing. I said, here's where on their website says they charge by weight. I had a call with them. They said they, just repeated what I just told you. And they just they denied the charge, meaning they took it off my account and UPS had to eat it. So, it's like, yes. Screw you, UPS. I really hate UPS. We have about 10-15 minutes up the road, there's a little UPS store you can go to, and every time I go there, the rules are completely different. Like, oh, you gotta have this, you gotta have that, and then 2 months later, when you decide you want to ship something again, they're like, oh, we don't do that anymore. You gotta do this and this. It's like, y'all stop. Just stop. And they moved. They were in a little strip mall kind of thing, in between a bunch of stuff, and they had a huge parking lot. And then they decided to move their shop 5 feet forward into this other little building that has 2 parking spots. Like, you cannot get in there. The few times I've been in there since they moved, everybody in line is always fussing. It's like, man, I had to park way over there and walk over here. Much as people love date shipping, the USPS is the most predictable of all. Yeah. And it seems like nobody ever uses FedEx for whatever reason. And when I was little, we used to have this UPS. This is before they started tracking and timing them and everything. And we had this UPS guy. He was so grumpy all the time. He just hated everything. And when it came and this was like when Amazon was getting bigger, or when Amazon moved from books to started selling random junk, and it kind of became popular for Christmas time. Oh, he was so livid when that started happening. Everybody wrote on their Christmas presents and I'm working. It's like, you go work in the office for UPS or something. I don't know, man. It's not my fault. Try to make you feel bad for ordering stuff. I'll be honest, man. I don't know why you'd want to work as a driver for UPS and FedEx. It sounded like it used to be a good deal, especially FedEx, because you could pick your own route. And by pick, I mean you had to purchase your route. So when you had a nice route, when you got decided you wanted to quit or move on or retire or whatever, you would sell your route, you know, to the highest bidder that wanted it. So you got a good chunk of change when you left. And years and years ago, I knew a guy. He was, or worked with him, I guess you could say. Because I was working at Lowe's, and we were one of his regular stops, and he had a sweet route because his route was the same every day. Like, he just hit up places like Lowe's and whatnot, so he didn't have to go to random houses and neighborhoods and stuff. And he was just counting down the days, man. He's like, I got bids coming in like crazy, and they're looking good. Man, retired at like 40. I forgot what he was gonna go do though after that. I know he was gonna take a big break before he did anything, but he has some new scheme lined up. Hey, 25 grand. Let me tell you, filing cabinets, whatever we just shipped. Oh man, I don't know if you heard that popping, but that was my shoulders. Oh, you're gonna blow up the table. I don't know. Well, I was about to say I don't think I'm qualified yet to do an ICRPG review, but like, I swear I played one game of EZD6 and then made a video on it. But I ran it at least, so. I feel like I should run an ICRPG game before making a video. Do it live. You know, I feel like I brought that up last Wednesday when we were playing. I was telling somebody, it's like, we should start doing that in the server. Just trying out new games and then just stream it. Find people who are comfortable with such a thing. I feel like our little adventure we had would have been pretty great. But I can also understand how some people might not want to be put on the spot. If he has Coast Guard run with some of my spiritual after our game, and it seemed to go alright. Yeah, I was, after our game, our 5e game on Sunday, I was telling them about the turn order thing, and they were like, yeah, you know, we might need to try that in our game, so. I can't melt it. For cutting, here we go. Oops. Wow, that is a whole lot of cutting. But that's good, because we have a machine that does it very well. Okay, so that's why I keep calling it jigsaw. They call it jigsaw, but that is a bandsaw. That's okay. I forgive you, game. $20? Might be a bit much, but we're gonna try it. Although I learned my 3-session saga was completed. One session turns out I made him do my hole, which shrunk the map quite a bit. Oops. Eeps. Yeah, we had a good chat after our session last Sunday. I was telling them one hex was quarter-day travel. They had a time limit of 7 days. They barely made it alive. I was telling them it's like, I don't know what it is about 5e, but like ECD6, ICRPG, like I'm fine. I feel like I, as the GM, I can take control of the situation and just say, hey, here's the scene, here's the situation, here's what's happening. What do you do? Whereas 5e, I just don't feel like I'm allowed to do that because everybody has a tool for something. It's like, and the situation or what was happening was, this is the campaign where everybody's playing mushrooms. So they were in a cave and they went down into some water and walked through like a little tunnel, underwater tunnel, and it spilled out into a huge body of water. And I wanted them to go up to the surface, so I was like, okay, this giant serpent thing that they're gonna have to deal with later pops up out of nowhere, chomps one, and the thing with the mushrooms, as long as they have a piece of them, they can regrow them. That's a mechanic we made. You know, it shakes up their stats and stuff. So it's not like I was killing a character. But the serpent came out, chomped one, and his foot floated up to the surface, and they had to chase it, you know. And the whole point was just to move them to the surface, all right? And, but like I couldn't even do that because somebody was like, I have mage hand, I can just reach out and grab this, or I can do that, blah 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 blah. And I felt like, you know, it's like, where's the line? Where can the GM say, this is what happens? Dude gets chomped, loses his foot, you all swim up to the surface and get it. Now what do you do? Or do I say, the serpent shows up, everybody rolls, and then I hope the right thing happens? You know, that's what do you do? And on the same token, when playing those other games, the players argue less, I have noticed. Like, when the GM, whether it's me or somebody else, say, this is what happens, what do you do? There's no, oh, well, instead of that, I'm going to use this thing that I have in my back pocket, so I'm going to prevent that from happening. They don't do that. I think the major factor is that 5e's large set of rules shrinks the cloud of possibility, which helps the players think of things to do normally they would have asked of the GM if they could do. Yeah, and it's like, and I've said this before, and old Grognard is very much in agreement, like, 5e, when you look at the rules, it's just player versus GM. It's not a very cooperative experience, because the GM, you know, is supposed to make the story, the situation, this environment, all this stuff, and play not all the abilities, but so many of the player's abilities and spells just undo that, so it becomes very combative. And like, I get it, as a player, you think you're doing something fun and cool and, you know, having a good time, but as a GM, it's like crap, man, this is annoying. Like, I want you to have fun, but I got to move the story forward too. And it's so easy for you to just undo it. And I think that's why I've heard that this annoys some people, but whenever I'm playing as a player, I always ask, can I? Can I do this? May I do that? Am I allowed to do that? Because I'm not trying to be like this passive dude and unsure of everything, but I'm like giving the GM space to say no. Like, nope, you can't do that. Nope, I don't want you to do that. No, that'll mess up my plans, the story. It's like, okay, because I have no problem. If I say, hey, can I do a triple backflip and teabag this guy and stab him in the face, you know, all at the same time? And if he says no, I'm like, all right, I'll just turn around and punch him. You know, whatever. I don't mind that. Yeah, very GM versus player. I accidentally did that twice in the last 2 sessions, and I left the game somewhat annoyed that my evil plans didn't work when I should be elated that the players have been created. And that's the thing, like, it feels like in 5e, as the GM, you lose no matter what. Like, if you wipe the party and your monsters win, you lost because now your players don't have anything to do. And if you don't let that happen, they have their spells of shutdown, and then that feels like a loss too, because nobody got challenged and nobody really triumphed over much, and you're just like, okay. So. And I will say too, this is my shortcomings of a GM, and probably part spending a lot of time writing. I have no idea how to handle dialogue in D&D, or tabletop in general, because people, and nothing wrong with this, people tend to be silly when they play, and they will say outrageous things, and it's like, okay, you know, if you said this in a real setting, this person would kick you out. But you can't do that. You have to like keep moving forward. So I have no idea how to handle silly dialogue like that. Like any kind of sensible setting or sensible people, the party I'm with now, they never would have got past the first chapter, right? Like, nobody would have wanted anything to do with them. But it's fun and it's funny, so it's like, all right, what do we do from there? You could totally do that. If you establish that as a serious situation, you should combat that within the lore and story. It's good, but like that depends on your players. I mean, so the people I have, one's very silly. He knows D&D like the back of his hand. Like he's like low key secretly helped me out as a new GM, right? I can see when he's doing stuff, but at the same time he's also just a goofball. You know, just does funny things. He's there to have a good time. One player's semi-newish. She's got about the same experience as I do. But she tries to play her character, which is not the most intelligent because he's young. So he makes poor choices. And then, like, the other 2 players are just kind of happy to be there. So, oh, what the hell's catching on fire? Oh my god. But they also wanted to do this thing, since they're going to all these different places. They wanted languages to actually make a difference. I'm like, sure, fine. And because D&D, you know, everybody knows like 3 languages, so every time they go to a new chapter, somebody has to be their spokesperson, basically. Like only one person understands the native language. And when that lands on the goofball or somebody who's not the wisest and most intelligent, you know, all right, we could just make the story end here because y'all don't have the brains to go forward, and then nobody's having fun. But much as I would love the language to be back then, I feel like it would make it a grind. It doesn't work very good. Like a grind to halt. Yeah, it doesn't. It was a really good theory, and we've kind of just fiddle-farted around with it. Like we'll use it sometimes, and kind of not really. But the idea was like, okay, you know, we all know these different languages, and it made sense for these mushroom people to know different languages. Now, I will say in 5e, it makes no sense why a guy is really good with a sword and a bow and wearing armor and adventuring and all this and knows 3 or 4 different languages. But for these little mushroom guys, it made sense for them to know another language, or at least part of another language. So they all had their own little thing they knew, and it was like, oh yeah, we'll go out to all these different places, and somebody will, you know, have to make decisions for the party or whatever. Knowing more than one language is normal enough. Yeah, but like 3 or 4, and being a prime adventurer and magician and everything else. I think one guy knew 5 languages in the party. It was silly. Yeah, see, and that's my thing. It's like, yeah, oh yeah, you can. It's like, I know somebody. She knows 6 or 7 languages, but she doesn't know anything about survival. She doesn't know how to go out adventuring or do anything like that. She doesn't know the first thing about computers or anything like that because she spent all her time on languages. So. You can learn those things, but it's going to consume your time and resources. But anyway, like I said, the idea was, okay, we'll go to this one chapter, and this time this guy will speak for us, and he'll relay what he thinks is important to us and all that stuff. But it really does not work at all. So that was an experiment we tried. We're seeing it through, but they don't actually like fully play it out. So like when just our last session, they got a bit of a lore dump from somebody, and it was just assumed that was all relayed. But like only one player was allowed to interact with that person, so. Which is kind of nice, because then you don't have 3 or 4 or 5 people. Oh, well, I'm going to ask her this, I'm going to ask her that, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes they still do, because we forget language is a thing. And I'm constantly forgetting. Yeah, 5e just... I've tried. It's just not fun to GM. It really isn't. It is a drag. And even when I think I've mentioned this before, even when I'm prepping a session, like, I can go prep an easy D6 one-shot, map, monsters, everything. You know, make everything myself. And go get all the tokens, all the artwork, set it all up, riddles, puzzles, traps, in a few hours, a couple hours, you know, whatever, depending on how crazy I go with the map. But, and it's plenty to do. Like, it'll be a full-length session that we probably won't even finish, complete with a story and all that good stuff. Whereas trying to prep for a 5e session, like just the next, we only play for 2 hours at a time, and trying to prep for those 2 hours, it takes me the whole weekend. Like, maybe not the whole weekend. I've got it down to a whole day, but yeah, because I'll just sit there staring at the screen. It's like, I don't know what to do. Because if I do this, they'll just cancel it with this, or I can't leave some note written in another language because they know 20 languages across 4 different people. You know? I need a refill of water. I will be RB. Oh, big stretch. I am back. Woo. What was that little meow meow? How you doing? Oh. Gotta hold you and play at the same time. Let's see. Can they hear you purring? Probably not. You're not loud enough. We actually have 2 cameras today. Let's see. Turn that one, that one. There we go. Doop. Look at that. Oh, gonna. Oh, you don't need to be on the desk. As much as I hate on 5e, like, glad I got to run a campaign and experience it. I think I should have stopped while I was ahead, because I ran a whole campaign start to finish, which is, you know, from what I understand, more than what most people get to experience. Usually campaigns fizzle out and die. But that one lasted 18 months. And the same group of players started this next campaign because they really wanted to do another one. And we did have to drop that one player. He was just too negative. Ooh, that's a big chunk of change. And I wanted to try a campaign in 5e. It's like, alright, I tried to play semi by the rules the first time. But like, now I'm going to do whatever the heck I want in this one and see if that makes it any better. And it hasn't. Like, I'm 100% ready and willing to just switch systems. And the rest of them are too. Except for one, she really wants to, you know, play her character out. Because she designed him with 5e abilities in mind, like particularly mage hand and whatnot. So she was very excited to see that through. So I'm like, okay, so that's fine. I don't want to take that away from you. I imagine this will probably be about a 2-year campaign. The rate we're going anyway. Maybe. No more than 2 years. Why can't she replicate those abilities? I mean, she could, but I think it'd be too much of a brain stretch for her. Like, she's tried so hard to get the concept of 5e rules that she doesn't want to just switch. But I mean, if we went easy D6, like, she could just be so in 5e she is a it's the rogue that has a little bit of magic. What's it called? Arcane trickster, I think. But she has everybody has like their own custom ability that they grow as they level up, and hers was a modified version of mage hand. The idea being her character is missing an arm, and his arm is his mage hand. So like the first level of it was always the mage hand / arm was always attached to his body, and he couldn't really do any of the mage hand stuff. But it did give him an extra 5 feet of reach, but it had to stay attached to his body. And then his second level of that, it grows to, there's 3 levels if you count what you start with, so you actually level it up twice. And then when he got to the second stage of it, that's when it basically became regular mage hand with the ability to give him 5 extra feet in combat. I forget what the third stage is. We haven't got that far yet. But anyway, yeah, you could probably an easy D6 do something. it wouldn't be too hard. But like I said, she had planned it all out. And she's used to those rules. Will not hold it against her. Mostly because I live with her. Oops. The rest, well, I know Parker, he doesn't give a toot one way or the other. He's just there. I think Steph and Craig would probably be kind of interested to see how well it would flip over into another system. We actually did a one-shot in EZD6. It was just 2 players. It was a week somebody wasn't going to make it. And when somebody can't make it, I don't have the game. Since it's all so... Excuse me. Since it's all so story-driven. I tried once or twice. And every time I've done it, it bit me in the butt because I just missed too much. Despite only playing for a couple hours, it's like, no... Got important things happening, cuz. It's cute. But anyway, we did a EZD6 one shot, and they used their mushroom characters, and it worked out pretty good. Like, it was really easy to make the race in EZD6, and then yeah, their abilities. And she was one of them. I'm trying to remember what she did for the mage hand. Because it was before she had hit the extended part of it, so it might not have made any difference. I don't remember. It was a while back. But the racial part, putting the mushroom people in EZD6, that was super easy. I think they were just basically dwarfs with one extra thing. Plus the whole regrowing mechanic, but that's... Actually, yeah, how would you regrow? You see, when you regrow in 5e with the mushroom people, all your stats get shaken up. You don't really have stats in EZD6. I guess you can mess with your abilities. Gain some, lose some. Oh, no. You could, like... Well, that would fall under that, because in EZD6 you have Banes and Booms. So that could be a thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, easy peasy. Have you played EZD6 at all? I have not. Okay, so... It's stupidly simple. Like, it's so easy to pick up. It does have this system in it called the karma system, and you start off with like 3 points or whatever. Whenever you fail a roll, you get a point of karma. But you can only get 1 per round of combat, so you can't do like 3 or 4 different actions and fail all of them and get, 4 points of karma. But if you're out and about doing something or missing a roll, you get karma. And then whenever you make a roll, so long as it's not a 1, you can add points of karma to up the roll's value. So if you roll a 5, well that hits the guy. If you're in combat and you roll a 5, that hits, but you could spend 1 point of karma and make it a 6, which is a crit, which allows you to roll again. And it sounds neat. It gives the players a lot of extra power, and it's nice to have a fallback when you're having bad luck. It's like, that's nice. I appreciate that. But you get too much. That, or karma's too powerful because you only have 6-sided dice, so 1 point's quite a lot. And then there's abilities you can get that get you more karma. So it's, we tried another one-shot, and what I did was, there's also this thing in the game called hero dice. And you can use the hero dice when you roll in nat 1. And like, there's a couple other things you use them for, but you only get like one hero dice. And what that does is when you roll the nat 1, you say, I'm going to use my hero dice, and you roll again, and you have to take whatever that roll is. So what I decided to do to the last one shot, since we were all in agreement that karma was a little too strong, I said, tell you what, nobody gets, oh, I blew the table up. Nobody gets any karma. Instead, you're going to get like 3 or 4 hero dice, and I have more scattered across the map if you can find them. That worked a lot better. Like, if you have a bad roll, you're like, I want to try another roll. It may or may not work. What I'm thinking about trying is like, okay, the same concept, you have hero dice instead, but you roll it, and you just add half of it to your roll. Because it does kind of suck when you're like, you get a bad roll, you spend a hero dice, and then you still get a bad roll. It's like, well, okay. You roll a 1, use 1, and you know, if you rolled a 4, you take half of that and you add the 2, then you get up to 3. It's like, that's not so bad. But it worked a lot better, I felt like, and they seem to think so too. All right, we're making money. Making money, boyos. My metal shop. Jigsaws. That's what I want. I want jigsaws. Bandsaws, not jigsaws. Ah. Bandsaw. Board, because we have to do that. Whoa. Category item. Premium or mass production. Ooh. That's what I want. We want premium. We are a fancy shop. That's the one I want. Oh yeah. Now they will fix stuff automatically. Oh. Yes. No more blowing up tables. All right. Make your goofy little things. Lord have mercy. Now see, the little thing I'm working on started out as a joke, and then I decided it was kind of fun. You have your skills, things you're good at. And you get skill dice. Everything's a D12. So, you're performing an action, and you're like, I want to jump across this pit. Like, okay, roll me a 6 or higher. And you're like, well, I'm a weird animal thing. I have beefy legs. One of my skills is running, jumping, and all that good athletic stuff. That's what I spent one of my points in. So it's like, okay. So now they can roll with extra dice. And then they say, you have a pool of dice that you use for everything. And you're like, okay, I want to use 2 of my skill dice. Because I really don't want to fall in this hole. okay, so he rolls 3 total. He's using 2 extra skill dice, and then take the highest. And then, you know, your skill dice pool refills at the end of the day or whenever you get some good rest. It's a very rough basic concept. I've tried it out a couple times. It's pretty fun. I like it. I just can't decide. Right now I'm like, okay, you can have 1 to 3 levels in something. And that determines how many extra dice you can roll. So like if you're level 2 in this ability, you can roll up to 2 extra dice. With 3, kind of, you spin 3 dice, but you force a success. That, or you just have the skill and you can roll as many dice as you want. We tried it that way and it was pretty fun. I mean, you still have the pool, the limit, but you're just like, I want to roll all my dice on this one task. Can we do 2 challenges at the same time? I don't see why not. I think we can. Oh, not if we do it there. Yeah, that's easy. I thought that required some sewing. Nobody's working on it. There it goes. Oh yeah, we're pros now. Now that metal shop's gonna have to get expanded. I have to do that every time. Advanced! Ah! I can make a mech. Cat mech. That's gonna take a bunch of stuff I don't have. Make a multi-tool. Make tables. I know how to make tables. Oh yeah, we could start making robot. Oh. Metal production, boy. Grills. Can't make grills. Unlock metal production 1. I feel like I've done that. Well, I guess I have. What are my milestones? Deliver more than 50 advanced. Probably we got a minute on that. Get a specialist, reach me. That. What kills me though, or confuses me, is people are like, yeah, 5e is simple. Like, that's the simple TTRPG. That's a good one to introduce people to, and I'm like... Matter of fact, I think you said that earlier, too. Let's see if I can scroll up and find it. Where you did. No. Was great. Into the world, into the bear, can't wait to join you. Yeah, so like... I find 5e to be extremely complicated. Because it has so many rules. Like, you gotta look stuff up all the time. And I had gotten invited to a game a couple times. Like, yeah, I'll help you make a character. And they were trying to explain everything to me. And I'm just like, no, never mind. I went out of this. This is entirely too much work. For one person to make. Yeah, it's And I get it, like once you get into it, then you realize it's like, oh yeah, this is kind of simple, despite having to, you know, look everything up all the time because nobody can remember all that. But when you're fresh off the street, just getting into it, man, that is overwhelming. All the bonus modifier thing. The modifiers are what kill me. Oh yeah, well you get this racial modifier and this class bonus. I don't know, because you set up straight, you get this other bonus. Oh my gosh. Oh no. It's a lot. And you know, if you enjoy it, that's cool. That's fine. Kind of like the same thing I said about roguelites. It's like, okay, if you enjoy this, you know, maybe you should go try these other things, because you might find the part you like about it. It's kind of being stifled and kept from you. Do you like the whole cinnamon roll, or do you just like the center of the cinnamon roll? Like unwinding the roll. Man, I haven't had a good cinnamon roll and I don't know when. We got a buddy who semi-sorted dated a girl named Cinnamon. And he expressed interest, and she was like, yeah, that's cool. So they started talking, and she was a lovely lady, real nice person, good looking gal, and he just got bored and was like, he was like, yeah, I'm not interested anymore, and told her, and she was just like, oh, okay, you know, nothing really ever amounted to it. And she went off, came some kind of nurse or whatever, making good money, good cook, just, you know, would have been a good catch. So he is constantly kicking himself in the rear for that one. So every time I'm in the kitchen or using cinnamon or something, or see something cinnamon flavored, I'll take a picture of it and send it to him. Man, who's this remind you of? She used to be in well, she technically still is in one of our groups, but when she got that hospital job, like, she got some weird hours and it's never awake when the rest of us are awake, so we barely hear anything from her anymore. Why? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We can't do this. 5 to 8. Oh, unfortunate. Cannot meet the specifications. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Nope. Right there. I always do the wrong one. Here we go. I'll be scrolling through my phone trying to find a cat picture to show Glee or something. She's like, why you got all these pictures of cinnamon flavored things? Like, oh, no reason. That dude's a trip. Young lad. Trying to figure his life out. He's off chasing another girl now. Making a dang fool out of himself in the process. He's gotten real big into working out. And he's been hitting up some shake shop after his workouts. Some girl working there, I think he saw her once. And he just kept going back and back and back. I tried hoping he'd find her again. And then she was there one time, and they got to talking. And, you know, laughing, cutting up, and doing pretty good. Oh, phone's ringing. They're doing good, and she invited him out to his church, or her church, that Sunday, and I was like, cool, man. You gonna go? He's like, I don't know, man. Might be kind of weird. I was like, well, did you get her name? He's like, crap. Okay, so you still don't know her name. Didn't get a number. Good job, I guess. And then he kept going back again and again and again and again and again. Then, and this is where his bad ideas really started blooming. He got a job there. He just got hired. I think he starts next week or something. I'm like, dude. There's no way that's gonna end well. This guy gets very focused on things. When he has an interest, he is all about it. Hyper focus. Hippin' gains. I need me some gains. I'm scrawny. Yeah, I guess not today, but we could start expanding the shop. We got money. But we need, that's right, we need to start. Specialist. I need that one. I already got that. So I think that'll allow me to make. Yep. Not. Yeah, I can't make that. No way. Well, I got the other clients rolling in now. Yeah, I am not ready for robotics yet. That's a tall order, Captain. 'Cause I'm gonna need... Well, plastic, we can do that. I don't have a shear station, but that's easy. That's just wood. Do that. That's just plastic. We need more strength. Well, we can get that somewhere, I'm sure. We might be able to do this. Hang on. I just have to buy a shear station. I'm gonna make us a cat mech. Yeah. Okay. Alright, that one's not as bad as I thought. We need some welding. And a shear station. Alright, will that hang on to that plan? Heat machine. I mean, if you're gonna buy one, you gotta buy two, right? Is that how it works? A welding stick. Don't. That's what that is right there. Man. Oh, that's just a metal work. Okay. Well, that should probably be over. So that's like assembly. Okay, big order. Almost 20 grand. I forgot the billboards. Dang it. Nobody cares. Alright, we're gonna see if we can build these cat mechs and then I'm gonna call it a day. Link. Those guys. Link those guys. Go back to market. Plan. Plastic. Needle. And then weld. Yeah, see, the welding's the last stop. That makes sense. Go over here to the delivery area for that. With the assembly tables. Yeah. Big brain. Big brain time. Oh, and I got jigsaw, bandsaws, and no billboard. Dang it. Put it on one. That goes lar. How many do we want to make? 10? Play it safe. I did that. 10 cat mix. I need another bill. In a room full of those things. How many centuries it takes to make this? Taking them a while just to unload it. Truck driver's gonna get mad. Yep, he's gonna start throwing stuff out. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, we almost got all of it. Okay, I need this also to work for welding stations. He just leveled up. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough base. Definitely need a bigger metal shop. Alright, can we in this entry? I think that split it up. Alright, let's see if this works. Cat neck. I made it bright blue and red. Try another part. We're getting into bigger territory here. Not moving very fast. The drawers are slowing things down. Almost 80%. So, let's see, Ryan, I guess if you're familiar with dust collectors, you probably do a little woodworking, I guess, so I will assume your box store 2x4s are about as wonderful as mine, full of cups and bows and twists. So, I was curious a few days ago. I had a full-length 2x4. I was like, how much board would be left if I cut all of that out? And I ran it through the planer over and over and over and over and over, and then buzzed it across the table saw, cutting it out. I made me a huge fence table extension thing that I could book red woodworker with no garage workers, but I could talk about. Okay, so I made a contraption for my table saw where I could cut a full-length 2x4 on it, and and have it up against the fence the whole way so it wouldn't wobble. And man, by the time I got all the cups and bows and bends and twists out of that 2x4, it was maybe a quarter by a half. There was nothing left of it. It's straight now, though. I swear. Like, I get online, watch the YouTube videos, all these woodworkers, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I just got these junky 2x4s from my local box store, and they'll pull out the straightest, most pristine looking board you've ever seen. Well, I'm convinced, my local Lowe's is the last stop for wood. By the time it gets there, it's just shot. It hasn't had a chance. They had a 2x10 or 12 that was cupped so bad you could have ate soup out of it. Yeah, their crappy wood is probably some contractor friends. I don't know how you build anything with that. Even if you're just grabbing the stud and throwing it in a frame and putting the house up, like it's so bent you wouldn't be able to put drywall on. It'd be poking out both sides. And there's no like proper lumber yards around here. I hate it. And there's no hardwood stores. I found somebody on Nextdoor, whatever that app's called. They're like, oh man, we got a shed barn full of hardwood straight from the sawmill. Uh-oh. Did we run out of space for assembly? Well, general storage this is temporarily. So I went out there and I looked, and a lot of it had rotten spots on it, but they had a huge pile, and yes, indeed, it was straight from the sawmill. It had huge saw blade marks going all down it. I gave them $100 and took a few giant pieces home, and it's some real pretty wood once you clean it up. But I didn't have a planer at the time, so it was a lot of sanding. Trying to get those giant saw blade marks out. Holy crap. I got a planer shortly after that. And then just, ran them through that. It was a lot easier. Separate your finished products into a zone of their own. Sure. I grabbed 3 boards from them. And they were pretty wide and pretty long. And you couldn't tell it when I grabbed them, but they were 3 different flavors of wood. Like one's real dark brown, kind of mahogany looking. One's reddish almost, and then one's kind of in the middle. Look at there. We made the things. Little cat mix. Yeah, that was nice. Actually, if this, let me make it a little bigger. Well, we'll pause the game here since we did what we wanted. So, this... Oh, will it focus? I don't think it's going to focus. Well, I guess you can kind of see it. So that's just pine. That's a 2x4. I just tried making some fate dice because I thought they were cool. And it's kind of yellow because of I put some Rubio monocoat on it. But that's some of that wood. This is, I think this is the one that was in between. So it's pretty nice. I mean, the wood burning might not be too nice that I did on it, but the wood itself is nice. I don't really have anything small I can pick up. My computer tower's sitting on a table I made out of it. The reddish stuff. The most woodworking I have ever done is making a computer desk. Well, that's not a small amount of woodworking. I have a desk over here that another computer's on, and it's leaves a little bit to be desired. Grabbed a pre-made butcher block, sanded, sanded, then made the mistake and applied lacquer instead of poly coating. Yeah, man, custom fade dye. I made 3 of each flavor there. Yeah, the dark one is pretty neat. My stream must be like super delayed again. So what was your mistake with the lacquer? Did you mess up your stain? Did it not play with it? Or because there's lots of folks that still prefer lacquer over their poly coats. I don't have that Rubio. If you haven't seen it, and you like to finish stuff or got some things that need finishing, Rubio monocoat. It is amazing. I guess I could give these guys something to do while I chatter here. But all of that was done in a small apartment bedroom. Yeah. So Rubio monocoat. So I've got some experience and history with painting and finishing and stuff like that. And Rubio amazes me. It really does. So Rubio monocoat. It's a both of these have it on it. You can't really tell. It makes pine just a little bit darker yellow. It kind of makes it look like it will after a few years, basically. But it's a sealant, and it protects and all that good stuff, and it's waterproof. And well, waterproof in the sense you can set your wet, soggy glass on it, and it won't hurt it. And crash down to normal size here. What's amazing about it, other than the fact it's like $50 for a tiny little can, but when it comes to applying it, it's freakishly forgiving. So all you do, it's a two-part thing. You have to mix it. You mix in a hardener, and you just rub it on. Like you dip a cloth into it and just smear it all over your project. Let it set for a couple minutes, and then you wipe the excess off. And it looks fantastic. And like, I have sweated onto it while I was putting it on. You couldn't see it. It all came out just fine. It's gotten dirty while I was putting it on. And when you look at that tiny little can and you're like, $50, holy crap. Like, that's high. But really you save money because you mix the tiniest amount and it goes so far. It's incredible. And I'm a big fan of it. It works for me. And I've seen other people say that they have found it to be more durable than your typical polyurethane coats, which I was impressed because you just put one coat on. You don't do multiple. It's one coat. If you do multiple, you mess it up. Whereas like I got a little table over here that I tried with polyurethane, and it's got like 6-7 coats on it before it starts looking right. It's ridiculous. It was my first time and I didn't get it all smooth and non-foggy. I could sand it all the way and try again, but then I would lose my only workspace. Yeah. I'll keep an eye on this. Def have some upcoming desk removal. Well, and here's the thing too. Like, I neglected to mention. So you're in an apartment. You got a tight space. Rubio's VOC free, so it has. Obviously, you can smell something, but it's not. I've put it on indoors all the time. It's fine. It's safe and pleasant. No harmful odors. So that's a big win. And it does have colors. I haven't tried any of the colors. I just get the clear, satin, whatever. The colors I think run an extra $10, but it's high. But man, it's well worth it. I was most impressed with how forgiving it is when you're applying it. But I was watching a YouTuber and he was showing a big table he made, kitchen table. And he's like, yeah, this has got Rubio on it for like 6 years at this point, and I have little rugrats, and you know how harmful they are on that stuff. You know, got the crayons and knives and everything on here, and it's holding up. So, all right, I'm sold. And stain. been fiddling. I usually use like the oil-based stains, but I tried some water-based ones a bit ago. Let me see here. Plants. If I can get the right thing going here. Let's see. I want this camera and make it bigly. So this is just pine. So that's the oil-based stain. And then this side was a water-based stain. The lighter color, that's just regular construction pine. And if you're wondering what in the world this is, it's just some goofy white woman wall art. You just hang it up. I don't even know if you can see it. I had scraps. I was like, hey, I know what I can do with those. So, the water-based stain's weird. It dries so fast. I don't know how you would do a big surface with it. The lacquer was sickeningly strong and needed multiple layers over multiple days. Yeah. Steve Ramsey, woodworking for mere mortals. He's a big lacquer fan, and he just gets a little spray can of it, and he just goes outside, you know, and he just waits a couple minutes, and then he gets a brown paper bag and rubs it down smooth and again. But he does it all in one go, basically. He doesn't do it over multiple days. He just likes the way lacquer looks, and he thinks it's pretty easy to use. So yeah, lacquer's pretty toxic, my dude. Well, anyway, wow, it's 1:30, so we made the cat mix. Our shop's in good shape. We'll expand the metalworking next week. Oh, gosh, and we'll need to expand delivery. If we're going to do robots, we have to make assembly stations specifically for robots. One loading baby that must be always available. Okay, so I can't move that unless I build another one. Okay. Live, laugh, laugh. Yeah. I mean, it don't look too bad. It's alright. But that's also covered in the Rubio. See, the Rubio does not give it any shine whatsoever. So if you want a glossy finish, then you will have to use urethane or, you know, a high gloss lacquer or something. I do not think Rubio comes in any kind of sheen. It's just straight satin or flat or whatever. You can spray it now. What can we spray? Lacquer? Dude, they were spraying lacquer in the 20s. What are you talking about? And not the 20s we're in. Like 100 years ago they were doing that. On Model Ts. Maybe not Model Ts. They might have been brushing that on, but they were lacquer. But it does come in a little aerosol can. They're a little high, but if you like it, I guess it's worth it. Do it next to a window. Any hoozle, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna go eat and get on with my day. Like I said, next week we will expand the metal shop. We'll probably just drag it out here, slap some more tools in there, and then we're gonna have to do something over here I wish I could just scoot that over. Guess I could build one and delete that, but that is a problem for another day. So I will see y'all next week, same time, same place. Bye.